Okay. Now, music time. My first guest is a veteran rock and roller, both as a singer and songwriter, and he and the band is going to be touring around the country this summer. Matter of fact, they open at Harrah's up in Lake Tahoe the 3rd and 4th of July, and their album, by request, is officially gone gold. Now, what's gone gold? Does that mean how many? No.
500,000, I think.
500,000 copies. Not bad. Would you welcome Billy Vera and the Beaters? Billy.
I'm not that strong, I'm not that brave. Sometimes I think that I won't make another day. Since you've been gone, all I ever seem to do is cry. Oh yes, I cry. I'm not ashamed. Sometimes it only takes the mention of your name to set me off to wondering if my eyes will ever dry. Here comes the dawn again. No sleep last night again. I cried from midnight straight through till daylight. Here comes the dawn again. Sometimes we need a little time to find ourselves, make up our mind. I'll give you all the space you need, 'cause I believe with all my heart in you and me. Whoa, but that can't fill this empty place here in our bed, this burning fear inside my head. No matter how I tell myself that you'll be back. Here comes the dawn again. No sleep last night again. I cried from midnight straight through till daylight, baby. Here comes the dawn again. Here comes the dawn again. Here comes the dawn again. Oh, yeah. And I can't stand to spend another day without you, baby. And I can't stand to spend another night just holding my pillow tight. So come on home, baby. Why don't you come on? Here comes the dawn. Here comes the dawn. can see it shining through my window. Shining on the pillow where you used to lay your pretty head. And if I close my eyes, if I close my eyes, I swear I can almost smell your sweet perfume. But you're gone. And here comes the dawn
Good job. Thanks, Bill. Yeah. That's nice. Let me do this. We'll get this out of the way. We'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Pete Chrisley on the saxophone. Oh, that's good stuff.
Jumping at the woodside.
Jumping at the woodside, yeah. Pete Chrisley on saxophone. That's wonderful. Good to see. I didn't know this is your new suit. I came by and you were in wardrobe today, and I thought you were getting something pinned up, and you said you bought a new suit for the just
Well,
for
I
the show.
knew I was going to be on, you know, so I figured I better get a new suit because they saw the other one.
Yeah.
I figured I'd get one like Phil Collins.
Yeah. You're from Cincinnati, aren't you?
Well, I lived there, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Who was it that said on this show one night that they clapped for every place except Wyoming? They said Wyoming was the only place.
We
You
have
said,
people
oh,
tonight from Powell, Wyoming, right?
And a fine place it is.
You ever played Powell, Wyoming? Get out of here.
No, one of my favorite spots.
But in those days, you were active in radio stations back there when they had what they call the clear channel radio stations, right?
Cincinnati had one that had 500,000 watts.
Now, I think in the United States now, they're limited to something like 50,000 watt
50,
station.
Yeah. My mother was, and my father were
both in
on
show
there.
business,
Yeah, my father was an announcer on NBC for about 35 years. Bill McCord, a friend of
Right.
yours,
Well,
your old buddy.
Yep.
And my mother was one of the Ray Charles singers.
All right.
Later, but in Cincinnati, they were on this station, and they had Andy Williams came off of that station, Doris Day.
Wasn't Dinah Shore one time? Or
I think so. Yeah.
Or was she out of Nashville?
She used to Knoxville, Nashville later.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati was because of this station the biggest place in America for making stars in
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
'Cause the old radio days, I guess, pretty much music and news now, not the radio shows.
You know, and they had big bands on the stations. My father used to say, "And now, high overlooking the Ohio River."
Announcers always sitting because they could hear your voice.
yeah.
So how did you decide on Vera when you changed your name?
Well, the first manager I had, I was about 16 years old, and he said, you can't be Billy McCord because they know your father from the quiz shows and,
Right.
and the soaps, and so you got to come up with another name. So there was a girl in the neighborhood whose last name was Vera, and so I stole her name.
And that was it.
And that was it. We only had 4 letters that fit on the marquee. I figured in the bigger letters.
Does that girl know who she is?
I don't even know who she is anymore. I was 16 years old.
Well, Vera, if you're watching, you can make a claim.
That's right.
We'll take a break. We're coming right back.
We
Jerry
know how it
Seinfeld is here, and oh yeah, Veronica Carter.